Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to introduce the President and CEO of the Lake Forest Graduate School of Management, Jeffrey Anderson.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Commencement. Gentlemen, please remove your caps or hats as we begin with the national anthem led by Bill Gordon. Please stand if you are able.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Bill. Please be seated. Degree candidates, spouses, children, parents, grandparents, friends, and business associates, welcome. Thank you for joining our faculty, staff, and board of directors in celebrating the incredible accomplishments of the candidates gathered here today. I'm going to go off script for a moment, and I'd like to ask you to join me in a moment of silence for one of our graduates, Carolyn DeBonnet, who passed away a week ago. Thank you. There's a phrase in French that seems very fitting for today, and if whoever speaks French, I apologize if I'm butchering the language here. It goes like this: Recula pour nous sauter. Now, the rough translation is that if you're going to make a big leap forward, you need to back up and get a running start. I thought that in many ways, what we are here today to celebrate is the effort you have put in to give yourself that running start. You've built up this incredible momentum and knowledge, this great store of energy that's now just looking to be unleashed. So as you hear from today's speakers, I'd ask you to think deeply about how you want to deploy this asset that you have built. As a person who's in the back end of his career, I can tell you it will take you places you can never imagine. Now, to get us going, I am pleased to introduce our Director of Student Experience and Engagement, Curry Augustine.
Thank you, Jeff. It's great to see so many of you, and I'm so proud of this accomplishment. Many of you have traveled great distances. We have about 16 graduates here today who have traveled out of the state of Illinois and Wisconsin and Indiana. So they've come many, many miles to be here, and I'm so glad you did. The Hotchkiss Scholar Award was established in 1984 in honor of Dr. Eugene Hotchkiss, President Emeritus of Lake Forest College and former member of the LFGSM Board of Directors. Dr. Hotchkiss was one of the longest-serving college presidents in the state of Illinois, and during his 23-year career, his vision and leadership ability helped bring about a significant transformation at the school. This award celebrates a graduate who embodies Dr. Hotchkiss's spirit, someone who has strong academic skills, leadership ability, and service to their community. In addition to earning a 3.95 GPA or above, a Hotchkiss Scholar must complete 20 hours of service to a small business or nonprofit organization, utilizing the knowledge and skills learned in the MBA program. Before I introduce this year's award recipient, I would like to recognize this year's Hotchkiss candidates that are here today. Gretchen Griffin and Vince Loverdi, would you please stand? In addition to their academic achievement, these two graduates applied their skills and business knowledge and volunteered over 60 hours to 2 small businesses. Gretchen and Vince, on behalf of the staff and faculty at Lake Forest Graduate School, I want to thank you for volunteering your time and for the significant impact you made on these 2 organizations. This year's Hotchkiss Scholar Award winner is Julio Costa. Julio was born in Lima, Peru, and raised in Chicago's Humboldt Park neighborhood. He graduated with honors from the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign, with majors in political science, government, and Spanish. Shortly after graduation, he began law school at Chicago-Kent College of Law and received his Juris Doctorate in 2015. At 28 years old, he co-founded Costa Yvonne, a workers' compensation and personal injury law firm which now employs 9 attorneys and 35 support staff. Julio's been recognized as a rising star by Super Lawyers magazine from the years 2015 to 2023, an honor that's given to the top 2.5% of attorneys in the state under the age of 40. He was also designated as one of the top 40 under 40 by the National Trial Lawyers Association. Julio and his wife Nancy reside in the Chicago area with their 2 children, Nicholas and Gabriel. For Julio's service project, he worked with Miski Custom Cakes and Bakery on a business and marketing plan. Using what he learned in the marketing and operations management classes, Julio conducted a review of all the products, materials, pricing, and sales history to understand the business better. He made suggestions on how to utilize space and layout and identified new business channels such as classes and corporate catering. Julio even worked a few small shifts at the bakery to get sense of the operations. Julio, congratulations on the achievement of your MBA and this Hotchkiss Scholar Award. Our community is strengthened by your service and leadership skills. Please join me in congratulating the Hotchkiss Scholar of the class of 2023, Julio Costa.
Thank you, Curry, for that wonderful introduction. I swear you make me sound much cooler than I promise you all I really am. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty, proud parents and loved ones, and most importantly to my fellow graduates, we did it, right? Yeah, we did it. We've been visualizing this day for so long, right? Being here at the finish line. And now here I am, standing in the way of getting your degrees. Today, as you all know, marks a very significant milestone in our lives. And when I was asked to do this speech, I wrestled with how I was going to start it. Do I say something very inspiring? Do I start at the beginning? Do I talk about the Hogan assessment, our personal leadership plans? Do I make a corny business joke? I promise you I'm not doing that. But the more I reflected on my time here at Lake Forest Graduate School of Management, the more I went down memory lane, the more I started getting pulled by this overwhelming sense of pride for what I realized I had just accomplished, for what we have all accomplished here today, right? But something about today felt different, or as the kids these days say, this one just hits different. And you can actually feel that excitement today, the energy, and maybe it's because a lot of us are meeting each other for the first time today, right? We've only known each other through Zoom. But you can feel the sense of joy, the sense of relief. But we've all gotten degrees before. You know, I know many of you that have had several before today. So what is it about today, about this degree, that is so much more meaningful than others? And I reflected on that, and I think it just has to do with life, right? Life happened, life hit us in the face, and despite that, we're still here today. You know, a lot of us, we are established in our careers, we have families of our own, we have real responsibilities, we have real world problems, right? And we're at a stage in our lives where we're juggling all these incredible forces, and they require us to have exceptional discipline to be able to stay on top of our studies. And I know that this is a message that resonates with a lot of you guys, a lot of you folks, just as much as it does with me, because I had the privilege of getting to know most of you. You know, I think, surprised ourselves with how much we confided in each other in those virtual breakout rooms on Zoom. And, you know, we talked about those hard days, right? Those really just tough, mentally agonizing days at work where we're exhausted, we're defeated, but we knew that we still had to show up to class at 6 p.m., right? And we couldn't just show up. We had to be sharp for 3 hours, 3.5 sometimes. And it wasn't done at that point. Then we knew that we had to do homework, right? Sometimes when our kids were sleeping, or we had to sneak it during nap times. On the weekends, we had to miss barbecues, we had to miss parties because we had to meet with our groups to finish a project or work on a simulation. In any of those moments, it could have been so easy to just give up and to just say, I'm done with it, it's not worth it, you know, but we didn't do that. We're here today because we made the decision to show up to work, to show up to class on that really tough, agonizing day, right? We made the decision to do the homework. We made the decision to miss those parties and to work with our groups, right? And we didn't just do it, we signed up for the next class and we repeated the process over and over again, and we pushed ourselves to make it stick and stick through it. And I think in the process, we really surprised ourselves with just how resilient we can be. And I think that's why today feels exceptionally meaningful and good, because this process, this journey, it required the absolute best versions of ourselves, the very best. Today is the culmination of years of hard work, of dedication, of sacrifice, and juggling all these forces and still making it out on top. So it's something I think that we should all be extremely proud of ourselves for. To my classmates, I want to say that this has been an extraordinary journey that has allowed me to meet some incredible people from very diverse backgrounds: policemen, doctors, librarians, scientists, artists, and yes, a lot of people from AbbVie and Allstate as well. And if you're wondering if it was ever awkward for me as a personal injury attorney to have so many classes with folks from Allstate Insurance, it was at first, but that's the thing, right? despite our differences and oftentimes healthy debate, we remained united in this common goal of wanting to be better business leaders, and we made that commitment together. To our professors whose expertise and guidance has been invaluable, you pushed us to excel. You made yourselves available even as we navigated through a pandemic. You instilled in us the understanding of the 5 pillars of leadership: agility, innovation, strategic vision, self-awareness, and engagement. We should all know this by heart, right? We should all know this. Our teachers have equipped us with the tools and the knowledge to be able to lead. And now it's up to us. It is our duty to use these abilities wisely, to drive positive change, and to inspire others, to foster collaboration, not just for our own success, but for the sake of our communities, to make the world a better place. To them, to all of you, we owe a profound debt of gratitude. And lastly, but certainly not least, I want to thank the families, the loved ones, the significant others, the friends, the colleagues who covered for us, everyone who in one way or another, no matter how small the contribution, wore some small weight of this program and helped make this moment possible. We owe our success to you, and I want to be abundantly clear, we did not do this alone. We owe this to you, and we carry your love, we carry your encouragement closely with us as we step into the future. To my beloved wife, Nancy, I'm treating this like an Oscar award, but I'd be remiss if I didn't say this. To my wife, Nancy, who is here. She is a rock star in her own profession, who works full-time and even more, who gave birth to my 2 beautiful baby boys since I started in 2020, who so many times in the late hours of the night had to explain and break down financial statements to me in Excel formulas because I was completely clueless. And she explained these to me like I was a toddler. Thank you for your patience, for your understanding, and for your unwavering support. This degree, this honor, this everything, all of it, this is just as much yours as it is mine. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So now I'm done. Congratulations to the class of 2023. Thank you for being part of this incredible journey. Can I go this way, right?
Good afternoon. My name is Randy DeCourcy, and I've been on the faculty at the school for a little over 4 years, and I'm currently a member of the Faculty Senate, so spend a lot of time talking about and thinking about this wonderful school that we have here. Julio, congratulations to you. I had Julio in 2 classes, so I know it is a very well-deserved award, but I also know that I never gave any homework that required anybody to work on the weekends. That must have been some other faculty member. And speaking of faculty, that's why we're here today. Excuse me 1 second. Each year, one instructor is selected to receive the Distinguished Faculty Award. This award recognizes an instructor who embodies the Lake Forest Graduate School of Management leadership model, is committed to academic excellence, demonstrates intellectual rigor, shows contagious enthusiasm for the subjects taught, makes a significant contribution to the quality of student learning, demonstrates integrity in student relationships, and provides opportunities for business impact through the curriculum. This year's award recipient excels in all of these areas and continues to find new ways to add value to Lake Forest Graduate School of Management and its students. Our Distinguished Faculty Award recipient joined the Lake Forest faculty in the spring of 2020, and in her short time with the school has taught 11 classes, became active on the Faculty Senate. In 2022, received the Lake Forest Graduate School of Management Faculty Award for contribution to learning excellence, and collaborated to conceive, construct, and deliver the accounting boot camps. She joined the school at an interesting time. The very first Lake Forest MBA class she taught was interrupted by moving to video conference to accommodate measures taken for the pandemic. But this disruption did not rattle her. She gracefully transitioned to the new format, ensuring students continued to receive a top-notch education. This has been the case for every one of the 11 MBA courses and 5 accounting boot camps she has led. Student learning is her top priority. But don't just take it from me. Here's a few comments from just a few comments from some of her students. Awesome. She genuinely cared about our experience and has done everything to make it a great one. I have learned more than I thought was possible. I would take another class with her anytime. The absolute best. She is a gem, and I sincerely appreciated the opportunity to learn from her. She is gracious and patient and amazingly knowledgeable. She guided us and was so thorough in her support. Very prepared, very knowledgeable, and very engaging as a professor. Accounting is not always the most exciting lecture topic, but she brought good energy to the class, made the content engaging, and helped 3.5 hours go by very quickly. And finally, an extraordinary instructor. To start, even to folks like me with a low financial acumen at the start, she is kind, extremely organized, accessible, clear, concise, patient when asked to explain or work through problems more than once. Always smiling and encouraging while maintaining direct expectations, and enables learning at this speed by providing a multitude of learning resources, including, again, herself outside of class if needed. Her ability to work through exercises and calculations during class and keep an entire group on track is remarkable. Thank you. I think those student comments pretty much say it all. So it is my great pleasure to present to you this year's recipient of the Distinguished Faculty Award, Mary Jane or MJ Rayer.
Thank you so much, Randy. I'm deeply moved by this award, so honored and humbled by it, and so touched by your student comments. Just amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you to Jeff Anderson, our fearless president. Thank you to Carol Modlin, Stephanie McGlynn, and Curry Gashi. And thank you to you, the students. You taught me so much. It's especially meaningful for me to receive this award today, the same day that you receive your MBAs. What do you say to executives receiving their MBA? I give you 3 words: commitment, team, integrity. As I collected my thoughts to write this speech, I prepared a reflective essay. Ever do that in class? Maybe once, twice, 3 times? I thought about what the school means to me and what you students mean to me. Let's start with the first word, which is commitment. I began my MBA journey just as you did. I was working full-time and going to school at night. How many times did work spill over on the night you had a very important presentation or final exam in class? It happened to me all the time. Once there was a severe thunderstorm that struck just as I was getting ready to walk over to class. I went for a cab, but we all know that thunderstorms are where cabs and ride shares go to die. So I couldn't catch a cab. I raced over to the subway, got on a train, crammed in there, and it took off, but it stopped and stalled 1 hour between that and the next stop. Needless to say, by the time I got to the final exam, I wrote really, really fast because I had a very short time to do it in. You have similar war stories. You and I persisted. We committed to our vision. What is your vision? You committed to getting your MBA. Mission accomplished. You did that today. Congratulations. And now ongoing goals of improving professional skills and leading proactively and leading bravely. Abraham Lincoln once wrote, "The best way to predict the future is to create it." And things may come to those who wait, but only those things left by those who hustled. You knew enough to go to the school that has the pros. And I include you in that word pros. You taught me and your fellow students as much as I taught you, and thank you for that. I didn't always know that you went to the pros to learn. When I was very young, I learned golf, and I started classes at a community college. In the first class, we learned the history of golf and what a golf club is made of. It's hickory. If you ever are in a trivia contest, it comes in handy. I didn't want that. I wanted to learn how to swing a club, so I left there and went straight to a golf pro who knew how to swing a club. But you knew this from the start. You know that committing to doing the best job possible is important to learn from the pros and to persist, to commit to your vision. Thomas Alva Edison wrote, "When you have exhausted all possibilities, remember this, you haven't." LFGSM, the school, is committed. It provided remote access to classes long before it was fashionable to do that and long before COVID. It's committed to facilitating students' MBAs. The second word is team. Team is not a finite thing. Relationships go long beyond the class projects. You showed me that. In a class this year, we met for the last class in person in a course, and a student on the way out, after the course was done and everybody's heading out, projects are all in, the student said their group was meeting in a few weeks. I said, wow, that's great. Why? They had an out-of-state member of their group who was coming in town on business, and they wanted to get together. They understand, and you understand, that teams are not a finite thing. Relationships are very important. There's a book called Never Eat Alone, and the title of the book says everything. Before you leave today, I'll give you one last assignment, not graded. And that whole assignment is to congratulate another person, exchange contact information, and to keep up. These are some of the best people you'll ever meet. Don't walk away now. Bill Nye, the science guy, said, everyone you will ever meet knows something you don't. And the third word is integrity. Be honest, be curious, have a sense of humor, and do it the right way. Don't be afraid to ask and act with integrity. There is a Chinese proverb that says, a man who asks is a fool for 5 minutes, but a man who never asks is a fool for life. Finally, you may not realize it, but you have taught students you don't even know. Your suggestions during class were so helpful. For example, one student wasn't particularly pleased with how user-friendly a textbook was, and together we decided to create a glossary of layperson's terms. So I created that and put it out in Canvas for future classes to benefit from too. Another class, a student suggested a dictionary of acronyms and abbreviations, and I set that up as well. So you did that. Those were your ideas, just 2 examples. You've had so many ideas. So you have impacted future students. Great job. You acted with integrity. Thank you for doing that. As Aristotle once said, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Keep it up. Make this a habit. So, reflecting on what I think of the school and what I think of you, the students, I love your commitment. I love your team focus, and I love your integrity. Congratulations on a job well done. I salute you. Thank you.
Congratulations to the class of 2023. 16 of our degree candidates from the class of 2023 have achieved a 3.95 or higher GPA and are recognized with honors. 12 of them are present today. Would those 12 candidates attending please stand now and be recognized? Thank you, and congratulations. Please be seated. The degree candidates before us have shown their dedication to leadership and personal development through the completion of their degree program requirements. It is my great honor and pleasure as Chief Academic Officer of the school to present the candidates for the degree of Master of Business Administration. Would all the graduation candidates from the class of 2023 please stand now and be recognized. Mr. President, the students standing before you are candidates for the degree of Master of Business Administration. They have completed all prescribed academic requirements for their degree. It is the recommendation of the faculty, which has been confirmed by the Board of Directors, that these degrees be conferred upon them.
Are we ready to do this? All right. By the authority of the state of Illinois, given to the Board of Directors of Lake Forest Graduate School of Management and entrusted by them to me, I hereby confer upon you, who have completed all requirements, the degree of Master of Business Administration, together with all attendant rights, privileges, and responsibilities. Please be seated.
Roxana M. Accomando. Temitope Fumilola Aduale, honors. Olasu Bomi Erigid Basola. Sharon Denise Barnes. Dana Joe Barnett, honors. Kimberly Denise Brackett. Boris Kayumit. Andrew David Challey. Talia Alexis Choi. Julio Armando Costa, honors Hotchkiss Scholar. Stefan Kristolzian. Kelly Crumrine. Anahi Marie Shushesky, honors. Nea Dual. Stacy Davis. Charlene Marie Topecio de Guzman. Maria E. Dufresne. Therese Meyer Furan. Alana Suzanne Garcia. Cesar? Okay. Cesar Antonio Gaitan. Michael Scott Goldstein. Gretchen Louise Griffin, honors. Glover Johnson III. Conrad Mateusz Kalita, honors. Karen Elizabeth Kasinger. Etisham Kalim Khan. Tabitha Kilpatrick. Kevin Michael Cook. David Michael Kraft. Okay. Vincent Laverty, honors. Komalavali Manchikanti. Tina Marie Miliuri. Ashok Narayan Asami. Kezia Nitipudi. Shirley Dean Ortiz, honors. Okay. Sean Robert Parker. John Petkovich. Carmelita Ophelia Reed. Matthew Resner, honors. William Frank Robinson, honors. John Heath Roston. Susan Schultz. Muti Ibn Shabazz. Margaret J. Shields. Kevin Ryan Spriggs. Jessica L. Stevens. David Andrew Underwood. Kartikeyan Vayavpri. Nicole Wagner. Veronica Wepler. Kimberly Ann West. Kimberly A. Wilson, honors. Patricia Zuniga. Richard Stanley.
Please join me in congratulating the class of 2023. I see a lot of very well-deserved smiles out there. Before we receive the closing remarks from Carrie Buchwald, President of the Center for Leadership, we would like to acknowledge several groups of people who have significantly contributed to the quality of your educational experience. We ask those acknowledged to stand and remain standing. Please hold your applause until all are mentioned. Our outstanding faculty. Our dedicated staff and volunteers, thank you for all of your contributions. Please be seated. Finally, I invite you, graduates, to honor the most important people of all, your family and friends who have supported you through this transformational journey. Give them a round of applause. Now, on behalf of the Board of Directors, faculty, and staff, our thanks to each of you for permitting us to get to know you and share in this portion of your life. We will continue to cheer for you.
How's everybody feeling out there? I can't see you very well, so I got to hear you. Hello, everyone. I'm Carrie Buchwald, and I'm part of the Lake Forest Center for Leadership. We bring leadership development solutions and educational and business education programs to organizations both in the Chicago area and far beyond. I'm also a proud alumna of the class of 2012. I extend my heartfelt congratulations and welcome you to our LFGSM alumni community. On behalf of the staff and faculty, I thank you for choosing Lake Forest to be part of your personal journey and hope you will continue to stay connected with us. As we finish our beautiful event today, there are a couple of thoughts I would like to offer about what tomorrow may mean to you. I will share what I've learned from my own graduation over 11 years ago. The attainment of an MBA degree is a beginning, not an ending. Certainly, after striving to reach the finish line that today represents, and shortly you will be reunited with your family and friends, you deserve to savor this day and all that it means. It's just wonderful. Enjoy every minute. I would suggest that tomorrow, the day after today, is a new beginning for you. As your future unfolds, you make choices in your life, both personally and professionally, that you will bring the knowledge of this milestone wherever you go. As a master's graduate, you have demonstrated mastery in your applied learning of both leadership and business. That is just fantastic. Let that sink in for a moment, the concept of mastery. I would love to ask each of you personally, where do you most want to put your mastery to work? For and with whom? With what results? How will you continue to expand your capabilities and skills, and then share those in all aspects of your life? These are questions one asks themselves if the future is viewed as a new beginning, a future that is yours to decide and then do, with confidence, with renewed energy, and pride of purpose. 11 years will go by quickly from your graduation day today. It has for me. When you look out on the horizon of those years ahead, what impact do you want to make on your work, your family, your community, your country? What will you decide to do? Tomorrow can be the day to start imagining or continue your path toward an already imagined future. One last thought to consider, and others have referred to it. Your classmates and faculty, the network you created at LFGSM, can be part of your future as well. I hope you get a chance to stay in touch. It is another gift your education can provide you from this day forward. Congratulations on your accomplishment of attaining mastery and for your new beginning. I wish you the absolute best in your lives today and tomorrow. Thank you. Okay, Dr. Holman, take us home.
Thank you, Mrs. Buchwald. The commencement exercises are now complete. Audience, please remain seated during the recessional until the graduates have had a chance to leave the auditorium. And faculty?